Federal lending acts and federal lending laws. There are going to be two major laws that we're going to take a look at. One is the Truth in Lending. The legal name is the Consumer Credit Protection Act. We're also going to be looking at RESPA, the Real Estate Settlement Procedures Act. First of all, Truth in Lending. In the Federal Reserve System, it is known as Regulation Z. And what the Truth in Lending does is it requires lenders to disclose the true cost of borrowing money to borrowers. It also is supposed to prohibit bait and switch. And what that basically is that if a lender runs an ad in a paper or any type of medium and gives a portion of the loan application or a portion of the loan itself, they've got to disclose the true cost of borrowing, which are all the components of the loan. The bait and switch simply means is that they lure you into one rate, which is a low rate, but because of points and other things, you have to flip into another higher interest rate because you can't afford it. As far as RESPA is concerned, the Real Estate Settlement Procedures Act, this has to do with disclosures. Lenders have to provide an information booklet on borrowing within 3 business days of application and a good faith estimate of closing costs within 3 business days of application. That's a requirement. And also remember that both of these legislations have to do with residential loans with federally related transactions. Recently, the Truth in Lending and RESPA had a facelift and had some new regulations that they have now to implement. The TILA-RESPA disclosure requires lenders now to provide borrowers with a closing disclosure at least 3 business days prior to closing. That's absolutely in all residential transaction where there's a federally related new mortgage loan involved. Lead-based paint. Lead-based paint has to do with those properties, residential properties, that were built prior to 1978. And that also has to do with any properties where children are kept, such as daycare centers. There's a disclosure that has to be given out to potential buyers and renters. That's a little information booklet on lead-based paint. And a buyer has the right to have a home inspected before they purchase. Remember, this disclosure has to be provided prior to entering into a contract.